So who are your figures that you look up from those that are, let's say, common knowledge of the people out there, let's say, figures of the internet? Is there, you mentioned David Goggins, you mentioned Alex or
Yep.
Mosey. So who
Yep.
are like the main figures for you when it comes to learning and applying that on your daily life? And what are you getting out of following those people?
So I think there's two sides. There's two sides to it. One, I think it's important to have an in-person mentor, because you can actually have these conversations with people. And then two, I guess it's who you're learning from outside of it. So that could be the Hubermans of the world or the Hermoses and all these kind of people. So from an in-person perspective, my number one mentor is James. Okay, he's been, Jesus, I can't. There's not enough words to describe how helpful he's been for me in terms of my mindset and going after things. And do you know what? It. You can learn from a mentor, but the biggest thing that he's given me is confidence to believe that I can actually do it, right? Or do
Which
something
is a
that I want,
lot.
which is a lot. Do you know what I mean? So like, there's a lot of things that I do that he's like, geez, technically this is miles ahead of anything that I would have been able to do. But he's always been the person to be like, why can't you do it? If I've ever had any doubts or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been a great springboard from that. My second one in person will be my clients. And I mean that in a nice way, because a lot of the people I would work with on a face-to-face basis would be CEOs, or would be kind of high achievers in their own life, or business owners or anything. So I don't see it as a chore to be like, oh, I've got to put these people through a training session today or whatever. It's a learning opportunity. So I've become very friendly with them, and we have that personal relationship where I can ask them questions, they ask me questions, and we're learning. So it's almost like a learning session, but the fitness is the main part, which is great. So they've been a huge help. But sorry, going to your point of online, David Goggins would be one that I would listen to all the time from I suppose a driven perspective, a mentality perspective. Just someone who really just says, look, even if your back is against the wall, you just got to do it. Do you know what I mean? No matter how hard it is, you just got to do it and keep going and keep going. Now, what I do find is listening to these people, it's like on podcasts. If I did 100 podcasts, I'd be saying the same thing. So it gets to the point where it's like, oh, geez, okay, I can only listen to that person for such a long period of time. So he would be one. Tony Robbins, I would listen a lot to, and read some of his books. Alex Hormozi is very good in terms of developing kind of say like sales strategies and developing a business and stuff like that. It's just people can put these things in practical perspectives. And then I would look at, I suppose, people from outside. I might not listen to them, but I would say, okay, who would I like to model my life off, or who would I like to again, if I'm older, who would I like to resonate with most? And I'm a huge sports fan. So one person that I would look up to a lot would be Jurgen Klopp from Liverpool. In the sense that just obviously he's one of the best managers, if not the best manager in the world. But I would look at him from just a general way of how he conducts himself. If things go wrong, it's not the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? Or how he can connect people around him to help him. So again, like that with the backroom staff in Liverpool and stuff, it's okay.
Yeah. He's very down to earth, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'd like to be like. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be. I don't want to be someone who sits there and tells people it's my way or the highway. It's not. It's okay. Let's see how we can do this, but do it together and get a good outcome from it. You know, and it's I suppose a diversity side of it makes a huge difference. But just his general demeanor is something that I would like to try and model, or I'm trying to model. And just being that person that people can connect with. So like even the classes here in Halley and stuff in the mornings, I might not be the most best person to deliver the class. That's why we've got Aoife, because she's very good at that. But what I'm very good at is making light of the session, in the sense that the community we're growing, it's when they come in, it's saying hi, how are you, having a laugh, having a joke, and making people get rid of the intimidation factor of being in a gym and being more comfortable and actually enjoying the experience. So they want to come back. And when you say to people, oh, okay, we're doing another session, they want to be there. So it's building that kind of group behind you